Can we start?
Yeah, just a minute, sir. Just a minute.
Okay. Okay. Sir, your mic is on. Um, Sanjay Vakil, sir, your mic is on. It may echo. Uh, it will be better if you mute when you are not speaking. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, right. Thank you.
Miss Teresa.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah, we are good to start.
Okay, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
A warm good morning to one and all present here. Respected Principal Dr. Chakojo sir, distinguished guest for the day, Dr. Sanjay Vakil sir, Dr. P. Baby Shakila ma'am, IQAC coordinator, Dr. Libison sir, and all other faculty members present here. As we all know, today we have gathered here for the National Online Seminar on the topic Study in India, Internationalisation of Indian Higher Education, organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell of St. Aloysius College in collaboration with the Association of Indian College Principals. So I extend my hearty welcome to each one of you, and I hope that this session will enrich our knowledge and skills. So without further ado, I invite our principal, Dr. Chakojo sir, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Thank you, Teresa. Good morning and a warm welcome to all the participants who have joined from different parts of the country. Before I come to my duty of welcoming all the participants, I would like to to present a brief concept note on why this topic was chosen as the topic of today's seminar. So, as you know, in the contemporary education sphere, we witness a trend among Indian youth, a quest to broaden their horizons by pursuing higher education abroad. The allure of prestigious international universities, multicultural exposure, and unparalleled academic experience have prompted a substantial number of Indian students to seek educational opportunities in foreign countries. However, the trajectory of Indian education is undergoing a profound transformation, and the transformation is orchestrated by nothing other than the National Education Policy 2020. The visionary document has set in motion a series of reforms in the Indian higher education sphere that are poised to rephrase the Indian education scenario. Our conference is dedicated to unraveling the intricacies of this transformation and exploration of NEP 2020 in catalyzing the evolution of Indian higher education. Through enlightening discussions, insightful presentations, and collaborative dialogues, we aim to chart a course for the future of Indian education that aligns with the characteristics of international higher education while preserving the rich tapestry of India's diverse learning traditions. We are delighted to bring together esteemed educators, policymakers, and visionaries from around the world to delve into the transformation of Indian higher education in the context of the NEP 2020. So, with this brief introduction, let me come to my duty. This national online seminar is organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of St. Aloysius College, Elthirth, Thrissur, Kerala, in association with the Association of Indian College Principals, AICP. So this seminar, when we came up with this topic, we thought we will collaborate with the AICP because this will give a wide reach to this topic and will help in turning around the exodus of Indian students to other countries. So when we wanted to do this, I approached the honorable president of AICP and the keynote speaker and inaugurator of this session, Dr. Sanjay Vakil. So when I proposed, he said, "You go ahead. We will give you all the support, and we will be with you in discussing with this very important seminar." So Dr. Sanjay Vakil, he will be introduced formally later. So I'm not going much into his biodata, but as you know, he is the president of the Indian Association of the Association of Indian College Principals, which is a body that represents all the college principals in this great country. He is presently working as the principal of HA College of Commerce in Ahmedabad, and he's a scholar with multiple dimensions. He has a master's in English. He's holding a degree in law, and of course he has a PhD degree. He has about 30 years of teaching experience at various levels. He's a research guide. He is a NAC peer team member, and he's having various other responsibilities which will be later introduced. But for me, what is most important is that after he took over as the president of AICP, there has been a lot of interventions in the policy making with the higher education scenario. After he took over, he has planned various events for the AICP, which has grabbed the attention of policymakers of this country. So, on behalf of St. Aloysius College, all those who have joined here, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Professor Sanjay Vakil, President of All India, the Association of Indian College Principals. And I also thank you for sparing your valuable time for this conference. When I requested him to be the keynote speaker for this conference, he readily agreed, which is a great honor to our college, for a college in the southern tip of India. It's a great honor that the president of the Association of Indian College Principals have agreed to join and deliver the keynote address. So I extend a very warm welcome to Professor Sanjay Vakil, sir, to this conference. Welcome, sir. Then I would now like to also welcome the speaker of the technical session of this conference, that is Dr. P. Baby Shakila, who is principal of Vivekananda College of Arts and Science for Women, that's an autonomous college at Namakkal in Tamil Nadu. She's also an executive committee member of the Association of Indian College Principals. In fact, I met both Vakil sir and Shakila ma'am when we met for the annual conference of AICP at Goa last year. And when I contacted her asking whether it will be possible to give a session or a speech in this conference, she readily agreed. Again, Dr. Shakila ma'am will be introduced formally later. But I would like to say that Dr. Baby Shakila is principal of Vivekananda College of Arts and Science for Women in Namakkal district of Tamil Nadu. She has 27 years of teaching experience, and she has a master's in biotechnology, MPhil in biotechnology, PhD in biotechnology. She has also a degree in business administration and also a master's in education. Throughout her career, she has actively contributed to the academic community through her research and publications. I'm not taking much time from that because she will be introduced formally later. And again, as I said, she readily agreed, despite her busy schedule. She said she will be a resource person for. So, on behalf of St. Aloysius College, IQAC, and IICP, I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Baby Shakila ma'am to this program. Welcome, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. Libizan, who is the IQAC coordinator of St. Aloysius College, Mr. Melvin Luke George, who is the former coordinator of IQAC of our college and assistant professor, Department of History of our college, Ms. Reshma, who is coordinating this program, and other faculty members of the college who have always given support to the IQAC for its endeavors, like organizing this conference. Then we have a Center for Teacher Education and a teacher St. Chavara Center for Educational Excellence, which organizes every month organizes a program for the better teachers by online FTP programs. So Dr. Libzen has been instrumental. Dr. Sindhu has been there. They are all team members of this event. So I welcome all of them. And above all, there are a lot of participants from different parts of the country who have joined us in this Google Meet, and also through the YouTube channel where this is going live. It has been a great source of inspiration for us because we had a large number of inquiries from persons who are interested in this topic. So I welcome all the participants from different parts of the country who will be presenting papers in this conference. I also welcome all the faculty members of our college who have joined, administrative staff of our college who have joined, and all other friends who have joined this conference for this very important topic. Before I conclude, I would like to congratulate all those who have taken pain in joining this conference because we are discussing a very important topic which we should ourselves address and probably convert to our advantage. As all of you know, India was Vishwaguru of education, which at some point of time, I think we lost to other countries. But with the introduction of NEP 2020, we are certainly going to gain back. Then again, as you know, the Government of India and the UGC has recently given permission for foreign universities to set up campus in India. So that also, I hope, will arrest the flow of Indian students outside, and will also encourage students from other countries to come to India. We have to certainly update our higher education scenario to internationalize it so that India becomes a key player in the higher education scenario, and also the knowledge economy that is emerging. So I hope the deliberations today that's happening today will contribute in a long way in this direction. So I once again welcome all of you for joining this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Ms. Reshma P.S., Assistant Professor from the PG Department of Commerce, St. Aloysius College, to introduce the keynote speaker for the day. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests and distinguished colleagues. It's with a great pleasure that I introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for today, Principal Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mugandavai Vakil. With an illustrious career spanning 33 years in academia, Dr. Vakil serves as a principal at HA College of Commerce, Elizabeth, Ahmedabad. His extensive experience includes 16 years in the role of principal and noteworthy contributions in the field of education. Dr. Vakil's academic achievements are exemplified by his qualifications, a triple threat with MA, LLB, and PhD to his name. As a recognized PhD and MPhil guide, his impact extends beyond the classroom. Notably, he has presented 27 papers and holds the position of president at the Association of Indian College Principals since 2023, showcasing his leadership in the national educational landscape. His accolade speaks volumes about his dedication to education. Having received the Jewel of India Award, Dr. Vakil has been driving force in enhancing the reputation of academic institutions, as evidenced by his role in 16 for HA College of Commerce and the most trusted Commerce College for Academic Excellence in 2021. Beyond his administrative roles, Dr. Vakil has actively engaged in social activities and demonstrated his own commitment in shaping the educational discourse. Today, we have the privilege of learning from a leader who has not only steered academic institutions to excellence, but also left an indelible mark on the educational landscape at both regional and national levels. So, welcome you, please.
Sir, you are muted. You are muted.
Principal Checo, should I begin?
Yes, sir. Please.
Respected Principal Checo, first of all, I am really thankful to him for giving me this opportunity to speak on internationalization of Indian higher education as espoused by NEP 2020. And I am thankful to him also for collaborating this seminar with AICP. Dignitaries joining this online seminar, principal members of AICP, research scholars and organizing committee members of Aloysius College, Kerala. Good morning to everyone from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Just yesterday, we completed Vibrant Gujarat, and many people have come from abroad and did their MOUs so far as higher education is concerned. So I would like to begin with the quotation from APJ Abdul Kalam. The purpose of education is to make better human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be made by teachers. These words of Abdul Kalam help us to understand the relationship between underlying principles of Indian education and having citizens with values. Ultimately, the path of education should result in nurturing, molding, and finishing the character of a person, resulting in having human beings with a human approach. I congratulate the organizers of this seminar for creating an opportunity to identify what is and has always been with us in India. The Indian education since ages has led the world to curiosity. This curiosity emanated from the successful performance of Indians all over the world and the keen interest exhibited by Indians in all the fields. The NEP 2020, with its features, is an example of taking India to avail for others to emulate and follow. I am sure that the implementation of NEP will result in making our age-old worthy knowledge more and more popular in the world. The policy has been framed with the idea of enlightening the children and youth of our nation, but to bring about the desired transformation at school and higher education level, we as educators have an important role to play. New education policy aims at bringing about transformational reforms in school and higher education systems in the country. The motto of NEP is to educate, encourage, and enlighten. Education for bringing our youth to compete with the world, encouragement for seeking the same, and enlightenment is for having minds with intellect and brains to face the changing, challenging world. I once again seek this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate the IQAC of this institution for their choice of subject of this national seminar. I am sure that the deliberations made by scholars in this seminar would be worthy and acceptable. Internationalization. Internationalization of higher education promotes sharing the best academic and research practices through interactions between diverse education systems. This is expected to be an aid in developing global citizens through mobility of students and scholars. Mobility of scholars is required to pursue their scholarly activities. Actually, to have an access to the vast resources of the university system across the globe is a age-old practice. In Indian context too, this aspect of internationalization of higher education is as old as education itself. Student mobility and global exchange took place in ancient India, starting from Takshashila, which attracted thousands of students from all over the world studying in numerous subject areas at this university. We all are aware that University of Nalanda also attracted many scholars from various parts of the globe. Presently, globalization has become one of the most transformative forces. It has resulted in alteration, acceleration, and amendments in the framework of academic syllabus to be in tune with the international demands. Internationalization has become a catchphrase amongst the international higher education community. Internationalization of higher education is a response to globalization. It is important for, number one, raising the quality of education, to catch up to the globe standards, to create an alignment of curriculum. 4, to instill the type of skill to improve productivity in a globalized competitive economy. Number 5, especially for graduating students to cope with the increasingly demanding interconnected world. Number 6, to create opportunities for attracting international students. And number 7, to take all desired steps towards having a global outreach. I personally feel that if all needed by government policies or schemes, our efforts will lead our nation towards enhanced development of India's research and innovation capabilities. The educational institutions are likely to raise their institutional ranking globally while focusing on improving the quality of its teaching and learning processes. I quote here that few Indian higher education institutions already appear in the world rankings of universities. In 2022 World University Ranking, 35 institutions have featured in the ranking of 63. Higher education institutions have figured in Times Higher Education World University Ranking 2021. Thus, it is more important to focus on the latent potential of many more Indian higher education institutions to do equally well in these rankings. Further, it has been observed that India's score in all these indicators deserves attention and improvement. Internationalization of higher education may therefore be seen as the catalyst to spur many Indian universities to position themselves to cater to the needs of the global knowledge society. Student mobility is the most visible aspect of internationalization of higher education. There is exponential growth in number of students enrolled in higher education outside their country, and this trend is likely to continue. India is home to one of the largest global pools of foreign college aspirants. As in December 2020, India had more than 10 lakh students studying abroad. However, in comparison, number for foreign students coming to India for the purpose of higher education, as per All India Survey of Higher Education 2020, it is only 49,348. In India, the internationalization lies in the benefits that follow effective and systematic internationalization of higher education. It can be made a possible with the motivation of having number one, quality upgradation, economic expansion, global outreach, and last, knowledge acquisition. The University Grants Commission to emphasize on development of internationally relevant curricular framework with specific initiative under student, faculty, program, and institutional mobility. These initiatives will involve the leveraging of global resources for achieving the following. Number one, capacity building of faculty, staff, and institutions, ensuring diversity in the classroom and campuses, increasing student access to quality education, sharing of teaching, learning, research best practices, and gradually evolving into universities with global standards in teaching, learning, research, and community engagement. NEP 2020 and internationalization, India committed towards revamping and reinvigorating the higher education system through the new education policy 2020 for taking its rightful place amongst the best higher education systems in the world. The National Education Policy 2020 built on foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, and accountability. These are the recommendations for path-breaking reforms that aim at paradigm shift by equipping our students, teachers, and educational institutions with the right competencies and capabilities. It is necessary in creating an enabling and reinvigorated education ecosystem for a vibrant new India. The NEP 2020 extensively focuses on attaining the highest global standards in the quality of higher education. Further, it reinforces the need to attract a greater number of international students and achieve the goal of internationalization at home. This policy appreciates the critical need to promote India as a global study destination providing premium education at affordable cost, thereby helping to restore its role as Vishwaguru, as Principal Cheko told us. The policy also aims to make our young generation of learners aware and understand global issues and make them truly global citizens committed to human rights, sustainable development, and global well-being. The approaches to promoting the internationalization of higher education in NEP 2020 involve facilitating student guidelines for internationalization of higher education and faculty mobility, establishing international partnerships for research, easing the processes through which institutions can enroll students from around the world, as well as the feasibility of carrying credits across institutions in multiple countries and other such measures. Ultimately, the NEP calls for promoting India as a global study destination. The vision of increased internationalization of higher education in India is imperative to have this dream come true. The dream of making India a Vishwaguru. UGC has formulated guidelines for internationalization of higher education within the framework of national education policy. These guidelines provide a broader roadmap and enable the higher education institutions in transforming the higher education system in critical areas of internationalization. The glance at the objectives as envisioned in these guidelines will be a step towards internationalization of higher education in line with a National Education Policy 2020. In order to qualify globally, the systematic planning and implementation within the framework of these guidelines by the higher education institutions will help in achieving the desired outcome of making India's higher education system globally competitive. Now, the objectives of these guidelines. What are the objectives of this guideline? Number one, to make India an attractive study destination for foreign students. Number two, to foster international competencies in our faculty and students. Three, to develop a global mindset of our learners and shape them as global citizens with deep-rooted pride in being Indian. Four, to promote active linkages between Indian and foreign higher education institutions. And last, to improve global ranking in internationalization indicators. Strategies, programs, and initiatives in order to achieve these objectives can be achieved by harnessing the full potential of our higher education system. And it requires a need to develop a strategic approach. Initiatives are required to be taken both at institution and regulatory or government level. This synergy between national policy and institutional strategy will give a thrust to internationalization of higher education. Accordingly, these guidelines cover various strategic programs and initiatives for internationalization of higher education, and higher education institutions are encouraged to undertake these initiatives. Now, internationalizations at home. The most important of all strategies related to internationalization is internationalization at home, which means integrating the dimensions of international learning environment within our higher education institutions. They are encouraged to put necessary effort towards internationalization at home as discussed in these guidelines without compromising the requirements of the Indian context. The UGC very specifically prescribes certain strategies to be adopted. I would like to share some of them. One, capacity building in internationalization initiatives. Number two, collaborative communication between Indian and international faculty. Three, international dimensions to curricula in these sciences, social sciences. Number four, to spark a deeper reflection about course content and effective pedagogy to promote better learning outcomes for all students. Number five, other areas of strength in India, such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, computer science, gaming should be tied up with internship and apprenticeship to make them attractive for foreign students. There are 14, but I would like to discuss only these things. But the rest of the things I will send it to the principal of the college. So he would like to circulate all these things. I would like to share my experience in this context. At my college, which is a single faculty commerce college, we had an extremely successful student exchange program with the New Jersey City University, USA. We also have a MOU with the NJCU, New Jersey City University. In this regard, the students of NJCU visited India, came to Ahmedabad, to my college, Gujarat, and enjoyed a homestay with our students and learned the basic principles of Gandhian philosophy. This program was carried out by my institution under the aegis of the H.A. Gandhian Society. And we did this MOU in 2017. I think such programs whereby the Indian culture and the routine will be understood at global levels in its true sense. This perhaps is the expectation from the higher education institutions. And in conclusion, I would like to say, the rapidly changing global ecosystem and employment landscape is increasingly crucial. The students are not only expected to learn, but more importantly, learn how to learn. Consequently, education today is moving towards less content and teaching how to be creative and multidisciplinary, think critically, solve problems, and innovate. The Indian classical music is learned all over and in some of the universities of Britain and United States. It is offered as a vocational subject too. Even Indian sculptures, architecture, and engineering have attracted attention with their carvings by showcasing the fusion of arts and science. The Indian knowledge is not confined as ancient knowledge. It continues to evolve. It is relevant in the modern days as India has a very vast structure of educational system. Noteworthy contributions have been made by Indians in modern technology, science, and space. In conclusion, I would state that we would try to jump and leap forward with the strong base of our knowledge. Only a strong foundation gives support for a long jump. Thus, the Indian knowledge with a base of spirituality and faith will boost up our youth to match and compete with the outer world. It will prove to be a bridge between the present and future as well as between the Indians and global academia. My anxiety is not that others from should or should not acquire expertise in our knowledge, but the main question is if others can, why not we as Indians. Especially, I'm really especially thankful to organizers for this opportunity to share my views with the academic fraternity. And thank you, Principal Dr. Cheko, for giving me this opportunity to speak on a very good topic, which is really the need of the hour to discuss about the internationalization of Indian higher education as espoused by NEP 2020. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for an excellent speech. And we hope, as you said, if others can learn, we should also certainly learn. And we hope we will regain the glory of Indian higher education. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Teresa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we move forward with the schedule.
So 1 minute, I have a technical glitch. Sorry, sir. Next, I invite Mr. Melvin Luke George, Assistant Professor from the Department of History, St. Lucius College, to give the felicitation.
Very good morning. Respected Dr. Chaka Jose, Principal, St. Aloysius College, Dr. Sanjay Vakil, who inaugurated the seminar and who made the keynote address, the President and of the Association of Indian College Principals, Dr. P. Baby Shakila, who will be, dealing with the technical session, and who is the Principal of Vivekananda College of Arts and Science, Namakkal, Dr. Libison, IQC Coordinator, all the dignitaries, teachers, and students. A few days back, few students from the Students' Union, had approached me asking I'm the staff advisor to the union in our college. So they had come and asked me for permission to organize a seminar on opportunities for students abroad in higher education. So I had discussed this with the principal, and this is the trend. Of course, it was not encouraged, but this is the trend. Where in Kerala we are witnessing an increase in students moving to Europe, Canada, Australia, and other countries for higher education. Kerala's Finance Minister Ken Balagopal, in his 2023 budget speech, had said that state is paying attention to making the young stay back by creating more job opportunities, better facilities, and all that. But this is the trend. We are seeing how youngsters are moving out of the country for higher education. They are not looking for higher education opportunities in India. If you look at the statistics, the number of Indian students abroad was around 40 lakhs in 2012 and is expected to cross around 75 lakhs in 2025. And according to the data submitted by the Ministry of Education before the Parliament in February 2023, there were 68 of those places attracted students, scholars from abroad, like China or West Asia. People even from the Roman world had come. And now, of course, we had the colonial baggage and all of that. But still, at this point of time, when you look at it, we see a trend where, there is a movement of students abroad, outside India. So at this point, a seminar like this, that the study in India, internationalization of Indian higher education, is all the more very relevant. I mean, it would of course help us
numerous faculty development programs and training sessions. In her pursuit of knowledge, Dr. Shagla has successfully completed more than 8 NPTEL examinations with core credit. She remains dedicated to continuous learning and evidenced by her active participation in online examinations and her receipts of grants from esteemed organizations such as ICSSR, CSIR, TNSDST, DST, FISD, DBT, Star College Scheme, NHRC, and more. Today, we have the privilege of learning from an exceptional academic leader whose passion, dedication, and exemplary achievements make her invaluable asset to the academic community. Please join us with ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am. Please. Dr. P. Shakila, ma'am, welcome you, please.
I think she has logged out. We will wait for a while. Yeah, she has just messaged that she's having a network issue. She will join soon. If you are ready, we can start.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. If you have network issues, you may switch off the video if you would like to.
Yeah, but is my videos also on?
Yeah, your video is on.
Oh my God, I couldn't see anything on my screen now.
Yeah, your video is on.
Okay. So I think I cannot view my presentation also. Yeah. One second. It's coming now. Only one sec, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or if you have issues, if you send me the presentation, then we will present it from here.
Yeah, please. But I should see which slide is going on now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay. But have you started presentation? No.
Yeah, can somebody communicate with me? Yeah, is it okay? All okay?
Yeah, it's all okay.
Ma'am,
Is it now visible?
No.
no, ma'am.
I've started to share.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now we can
Is
see.
it
Now it's
Now
okay.
it's visible, ma'am.
paper is actually laid, which actually speaks about how an education should be given to a student as a value-based education, how the skill-oriented and the value-based education coincides with each other, and how far are we going to march on par with the international universities by providing the students the essential curriculum, the basic knowledge, the skills which is needed for them to be employed abroad, employed in their place of choice, and also to live as a value-oriented person. So this only is an education means. That is what is the the main focus of the new education policy, which has been revised after so many years, and it is a beautiful script which says about a student can anytime exit from his course of study, get into his employability, come back and study again, put all his credits in the credit bank. And that is a beautiful thing. Now, coming to my topic, I'm here to tell about the universal human values, which is again now insisted by ACT, by UGC, and from new education policy also to include UHV in the curriculum itself. Why should we imbibe it in the curriculum? That itself shows that we are lacking on something. No, we are running in the fast-paced world, and we are, looking after the job which pays higher packages in a beautiful car, where we need a beautiful apartment, and people are running behind the monetary benefits and sometimes forget about the fellow human beings who are nearby, the family, the values, the values of the nation and the values of the family itself. So that is why now it has been put in the curriculum itself, which makes the students to study, at least for the purpose of studying. So that is how we can bring out a better citizen for the next generation. So, what are the values that promote the human welfare? These are these values which are shared across the cultures and across religions. Every religion, whichever religion you see, they'll be speaking about the truth, which is an important value, the righteousness is another value, peace, faith across society, non-violence. India is known for it because of freedom is obtained on the basis of this non-violence, and love, of course. The one word which connects every human being is the love. So these are the values that promote the human welfare. So if a student, when he comes out, has these kinds of platforms already laid up along with his basic biochemistry or a commerce or a biotechnology or any subject, psychology, English, whatever subject he studies, if he has all these attributes, all these values along with that, won't we think that our student, when he goes out into the market, he'll be a person of a difference? And that's coming to the next one. What are the importance of the human values? First one being the theme of the conference itself is study in India, how to invite the foreign students to come and study in India. So in connection with that, this slide is being prepared for globalization and cross-cultural interactions. These human values plays an important role. India is a place which is looked up on by many, many foreigners as a place where we have the families attached to each other, where we have the values, where we have a kind of system in the family, which and also in the education system, which is being looked upon by many of the people abroad, outside the country. So to bring those people inside, many visitors come to India, many foreign students come and study here, basically to know about our knowledge, like Sanjay Vakil sir said, in Gujarat also, in the Ahmedabad, in his university, in his college, students come here and they study a paper on Gandhian thoughts and non-violence, so which is very interesting. So Gandhian thoughts are based on values. So this kind of value education can be given to the students who are coming from abroad. They can come here, they can do a one semester course or a 3 months or 2 months certification programs, or they can even do a summer fall or a winter fall, and they can come here and stay here for a semester or for a year and do this. So these human values will help in the globalization and also cross-cultural interactions. These cross-cultural interactions will help in developing a healthy nation and a healthy human lifestyle also. So that is why these two things have the human values have an impact on these two. And coming to the next one, why does value education is important in higher education? Why a value education is needed in higher education? We have studied a moral values. Many of us who have gone through their school education would have had a period of called as moral studies or moral education, moral science. Okay, that would be once in a week we'll be having that. There, teachers tell us not to tell lies, don't go and steal from others, do not scold others, do not beat your friends, be polite. All these things where when we grow up as children, teachers tell, and we are following, we have followed. But when you come into the higher education, when the decision making comes into the hands of the students, when the parents decisions are just set little apart and the decision of the student comes takes up upper hand, when the child looks into the society and understands what is happening, when he or she is distracted by the media, when many things which are going around apart from the home, outside the four walls of the home, where she can see so many things which are happening, there, those which have been taught in the schools would have been taken a back step. And the front step is always about what they think is right, what they see should be right, what they observe could be right, and they take decision accordingly. They don't analyze, they don't understand, they don't apply those things into our value and see whether this should be done or not. So higher education definitely needs a value education system. So this will definitely help us to have a holistic development. A holistic development is possible only when value education is imparted in the higher education system. And also, when once a value education is imparted in the higher education, the character will be built because of this value education. And value education builds the character. Value education also teaches the students to have a responsibility on the society. We have seen so many programs given by the government which we are following, like open defecation awareness programs, like Swachh Bharat Mission, and so many National Youth Day we celebrated yesterday. So many things are coming up by the government, giving now and then small programs which will help the children to understand the responsibility which they have on the society, on the nation. This will be helped only through value education. And apart from that, value education also helps the child to develop a personal growth as a human, not only as a doctor, not only as an engineer, not as a chartered accountant, not as a microbiologist, not only as a fashion designer, but as a human first. And then that human turned to be doctor, human turned to be engineer, human turned to be fashion designer, so on and so forth. So value education is a must in the higher education and it matters more. How to integrate this? How to integrate? Am I? Is it okay with my presentation?
Please
Yes.
carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to integrate the value education here, into the system? There's a few methods through which the value education can be slowly integrated into the curriculum. First one is including the value education in the curriculum across the disciplines. Irrespective of the discipline, this value education should be inculcated into the curriculum. Every UG program or every postgraduate program should definitely have a course on value education. And second one is promoting value-based extracurricular activities. Not only in education, the paper presentations or the quiz or the competitions or the programs which we conduct, or when you bring a guest lecture from outside, when you bring people to interact with the students, everywhere the value-based extracurricular activity should definitely be imparted to the students. And having dedicated courses or modules on ethics and values. When you integrate into the curriculum, not only a course, you can even have a module on ethics and values. If it is subjects which are related to science, they can have an ethics on science and the ethics paper. Bioethics, you can have ethics in business, ethics in law, ethics in management. You can always term in accordingly, but ethics should be definitely be there as a course of a module in their subject. And coming to next one, having had all those things, who are there to teach the children? Only the faculty. Then the faculty should be trained. Faculty should have integrated these values into their teaching itself. So, first of all, faculty should be integrated with the values. They should be imbibed with those values which are needed for them. And these values can then be transformed to the students through this faculty only after giving them trainings. So, these are the few methods of integration. Many principles, if you are attending in this conference, or the IQAC coordinators, if you are attending my sessions, please find out the ways and means by which you can integrate the values into their curriculum and make the children understand what values are. So, what are the strategies? I mean, we have implemented into the curriculum. We have implemented by giving extracurricular activities. We have given the training for the faculty. And how are we going to go about it? The first one is projects. Yes, of course, you should give projects on the values in the real life. The values of the real life could be taken as a problem statement, and that could be given to the children, and they should find a solution. So thereby the projects will be having a value based projects. Next one, group discussion. Throw a topic of interest. Throw a current topic which is happening around us. We are seeing umpty number of things which are happening around us through our newspapers and through the medias. When you open the television channel, so many things are happening that I don't want to mention all those things here being a forum, but still you can see the family life being disturbed, the college and the student life is being disturbed, the national setup is being disturbed by some people. So many things are going on here and there around us. So take one such topic, take one such issue and throw to the students for a group discussion. Ask them to participate in those discussions and find out how well they're connecting it. How well they're telling, how they'll definitely give a judicial, way of, argument where they'll come up with the values and give field trips. Field trips means what? Going to the public, reaching out to the community and seeing how they are being, how the value systems are, either they are followed or they are being destroyed. This will be another one. Third one, now the fourth one is role plays. You can assume you can role plays one as a teacher, one as a student, one as a one as a HOD, one as a principal, one as a parent who comes into the college, or even a judicial court. Role play can be had in a there are endless examples to play give a role play. So through this role play, the children will enact and they'll definitely establish ways and means by which the values could be followed. The next one is role model. A role model that we have seen so much of catwalks, like you imagine yourself as a model and they go on the ramp walk. There's a sports walk, sports personality walk I have conducted. This is simply one person dresses like a Sanya, like a Tendulkar or like a Vishwanath Anand or somebody, and they go out in schools and all, they'll be doing it. Here, you can ask the student to take one person as their role model, maybe Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa, or even today's leader, somebody they can take, or even a person, an elder who's next door. Somebody who is doing a good thing sitting on the temple, on the front of the temple, sitting and doing something good. Somebody who is helping the poor. Somebody they can take as a role model. That role model, a character explanation can be done with the student in the class, preparing a PowerPoint about that person and telling the others also what made him to choose that particular person as his role model. And what are the values that person has, which has attracted this fellow towards that person. So but through that ways and means, the person who is presenting will get an idea, and the persons who are listening to him will also get an idea. So these are some of the strategies by which this value education can be followed in the institutions. And we have imparted in the curriculum. We have followed some strategies by which it could be, implemented. And how are we going to assess? Of course, in education system, we all know we prepare our syllabus through Board of Studies, pass it to academic council, and and we pass it to the students. We have strategies of implementing it throughout the semester, but we definitely have an assessing methodology, how it is being, how our steps are being, what are the feedback, or whether it is reached properly, how well they have understood. So there are several ways of assessing the values, whether they have been developed or inculcated or imbibed into the students. The first one is pre and post attitude tests. How are we going to have pre and post attitude tests? Like, for example, this semester you're offering this course on value education. And before going to the semester, in the first week of the semester, you can have a set of 50 to 61 MCQ questions where you test the attitude of the students, having some case studies and examples. His answers could be kept like that. After the completion of the semester, the same set of the questions could be given to the children, or even a slight change could be made, but the focus should be on the same thing which you have given in the first pre-tests. So you compare between the pre and post attitude tests, you can definitely find out a Himalayan change in the attitude of the students after undergoing the course on value education. This is one of the assessment technology. Then standardized values and surveys can definitely be made. Self-assessment changed how there's a transformation which has taken place in his behavior, in his focus, in his perception towards things, how he has taken up things. So that is a methodology, another methodology. The next one is observation of the behavioral changes. The way he looked at people who are creating problem earlier before value education classes, and after value education classes, how does he look up? For example, the family next to his door is having some kind of issues. They are beating the child, or some brothers sisters fighting with each other. So it's all good. Some kind of perception he would have had. But after the classes, after the value education class, he will analyze why these two are fighting. Maybe they had an issue. Why this small issue is being made bigger? Why can't we tell them we can solve it? He need not go and poke his nose into them. But his way of analyzing and his way of perception will definitely change. A mature way of handling will come. And the next assessment is peer assessments, which we all know. And value-linked academic performance, we can definitely go through, like as we do our internal examinations and everything. Also, that also will help us to assess how they have understood, and the extent of participation in social causes. As I said now, for example, if if there's a flood which is coming to with a natural disaster, something happens in his place of stay, where in his own town, what will he do? Whether he'll sit inside his doors locked, putting on television and watching things which is going on, or he'll come out, step out forward, form a group of friends together. They go and reach the poor to the slum area. They help them. The extent of participation in the social causes will definitely increase after the value education. Then, of course, feedback from the family will definitely be an assessment. So the three basic things of assessment is pre-post analysis, self-assessments, and family-wise assessments. All these things will show a behavioral change in the individual. So now what are the benefits? Why value education? Why value education? What will be the benefit? If not value education, what will happen? He'll definitely graduate himself. Won't he get a BCom? Won't he get a MBA? Won't he get an MB or ME? Whatever it is, he will definitely. What are the other benefits to the students apart from the academic knowledge, the degree which he acquires, the job which he takes up? A person with high value will have an enhanced employability. He'll be appreciated by the ethical companies. He will definitely develop the professionalism and develops an ethics in his work culture. This fellow will definitely boost the teamwork abilities, and the student will promote responsible leadership skills, and this will definitely help him to improve his emotional intelligence. Nowadays, in every corporate offices and also in every other office which you see, there is a teamwork which is going on. A particular task is given to people. One person is made as a leader, and a group of 3 to 4 or 5 to 6 or 10, based on the size of the industry or the company, or even academic institution, a task is being given to this person. And the team leader should get things done and also coordinate with the people. The person who has acquired values will definitely be able to pat among the friends, the co-workers, and be strict at places where he wants to be, and be legible and be friendly at places, be emotional and be empathetic, putting himself in the other shoes and finding out what difficulty they actually have. So these things will enhance the employability. So as a boss, a person who looks up from the top will just see 5 to 10 people working under him as leaders. This person with a value will definitely be from the employers. That is the one which happens after the first benefit is enhanced employability. And the second one is stronger life skills. What are the stronger life skills which he acquires? He develops confidence in value driven decisions. The decisions which he makes before the value education course and after the value education is definitely it's a huge difference. A value driven decision he'll make. And managing adversity and failures. There are times when we definitely fail. Failures are the stepping stones of success. It's a very old quote, but still it has a lot of meanings in that. Every time you fail, you get up. Every time you fall, you get up you rise up and you march ahead. And every fall will definitely lead you to a next new beginning, which will be a growth or a growth step in the ladder of your success. So that will be definitely, manage these adversity, these value education people will do. Person who has learned value education. And interpersonal communication will definitely improve. This skill is a very important skill which is needed. That will definitely improve among the students who have learned the value education. And creative problem solving techniques he will have. Project planning and execution. That will be, a stronger life skill for the student. And self motivation and discipline. He will pat himself for having done things very good. He will not, look at the upcoming challenges as a hurdle, but he will think, oh, it is just a challenge. Let me face it, and he'll pass on. And he'll definitely have a self discipline. So these are the benefits of the students when he undergoes value education. What are the benefits of the institutions? Of course, I need not tell more about it because it's a student. An institution is nothing but full of stakeholders. The students are our institutions. So when he has developed so much of benefits, definitely institution will be beneficiary also. But let's find out the things which are listed as an academic and cultural benefits of the institutions. By way of academic, we can see what are the benefits of the institutions. More motivated students and faculty will be there in the entire institution, which will be an asset for the institution. The high student engagement and performance. Students will be engaged in some way or the other, and their performance will be that will be increased goal alignment across the institution. Everybody, a common goal will be set for the institution. That goal will be aligned by everybody in the institution. So a common goal will be met with everybody. When not only the head of the institution, in running up and down telling this is my goal, this is my goal. Instead, if everybody has the same goal, everybody will march towards that goal. Holistic teaching and learning environment and fulfillment of social commitments. These are the benefits of the institution. And some of the other benefits are strong campus ethics and code of conduct, which is very much needed in this era where people are always having their gadgets in their hand. The code of conduct is one important thing which comes into the value education. Channels students' energy positively instead of sitting outside and wasting their time. Instead of wasting their time and other potentials, this value education will channel the energy positively. Improve interpersonal relationships, safe space for open dialogue, rich student life and experiences, and there are XYZ institutions on the same city or the town, the place where the institution is located. You can brand your institution as an institution which is value based. When everybody else says we give placement, when everybody else says that we give this thing, that thing, all the benefits that they are telling outside. But there is one institution, one A institutions here, one C, one B institution is located in this place. This institution is based on value. When I send my daughter here, when I send my son to study here, he'll come out with a value which is needed for the society. So that kind of value-based branding, if you bring to an institution, that could be done easily by inculcating the value education among the students. Now, benefits for the society. So what are the benefits of the society? You imagine everybody's value driven, and the institution itself is branded as a value based institution. The students who come out, who are passed out of the portals of that institution into the society, wherever they are placed, whatever they are doing in their own arena, just imagine how a society would be if so many students are coming out with as a good professionals guided by ethics and integrity wherever he is, whichever profession he takes up. He will be guided by ethics and integrity. There will be no bribing and other kind of things will not happen. He will have an ethics and integrity wherever he is placed. Student is placed. They'll become a leader. As leaders, he'll make good decisions for the societal upliftment. The decision. And the next one is decreased corruption. Decreased corruption and abusive practices. So this will also be another one which will be a benefit for the society. Probing and equity. Public servants exemplifying probity and equity. So that will also help them, help the society. And next one is legal professionals enhance access and justice to the community, to the society. So which is very much needed in highly populated country like India. I would like to explain with this two case study, which I saw from the source of my case is just from the when I browsed into the net, I got these two case studies. One is that from the Kalindi College, belongs to University of Delhi. This college has, it's a public college which is focusing on the developing students' overall personality. The real case here is they present real cases of higher education institutions that have successfully integrated value education. The approach which they did was value integrated curriculum they have already. They have, of course, every college has NSS activities, they also have. And they have focused on cultivating empathy, ethics, and social awareness. They have experimented this. As I said, they have experimented this. And the outcome is also measured. They have outcome. The outcome is that they have seen improved student attitudes and behavior. They have seen increased social concern and participation. And they have also found positive feedback from students and faculty. So this I just browsed and I got it through my, in internet. But I just wanted to tell whenever maybe St. Aloysius is also following, maybe other colleges listening are also following already. But those who have not started can start, and those who want to get, a kind of systematic approach can definitely see these colleges and find out. There's another college which I saw was the Jain deemed to be university. One was college, the other one is university. I took two things I wanted to take. This is a private deemed university. This is awarded for value-based education. What was the approach which they took? They had cross-disciplinary courses on human values. Cross-disciplinary courses on human values. They had student reflection through discussion groups and faculty development programs on ethics. As I said, only faculty are trained that could be transformed to the students. And what was the outcome which they measured was the students demonstrated greater integrity. The students improved learning environment and relationships. And there was an increased student motivation and engagement. So these two case studies, hope you can just think about it. The administrators and the faculty who are listening to my lecture today, you can think about finding out how you could incorporate values into the curriculum and to the strategies, how you implement it, how will you assess, and how will you measure the outcome. And what could have how it could be implemented, the changes in the implementation, overloaded curricula, how to add new content, challenges in implementation. And sometimes whenever you say anything which is new, people will come up telling that, no, oh my god, I have so much of workload already, how can I add this also, which is a burden for me. That will be one of the very great challenge when you want to integrate it. But you have to make them understand. It should be a continuous, brainstorming session where they come up with ideas. You give them, pour in the ideas come amalgamate together, and then you have to come up. So, how to add new content or program. That would be a challenge in implementation. Another one is assessment difficulties. How to lack of faculty expertise. Of course, yes, we do not have expertise. For that, I said we have to train the faculty. Teaching faculty values needs specialized training for the faculty and individual resistance. The person themselves will not come out of the shell. They won't just come out and think out of the box. They discomfort in exploring certain topics. Cultural barriers. The cultural barriers, of course, there will be explanations and resource constraints. you will not have kind of resources to teach. It requires time, effort, and finances to find out the resources need for implementing this value education. And how I'm going to recommend it for adoption is it should be adopted at three levels: in the faculty level, in the student level, and of course, it should be adopted into the family, parents level also. Faculty should attend immersive training programs, that is must. Faculty should learn experimental teaching methodologies, and faculty should align. I think I stopped sharing.
Us about the significance of value education in higher education systems. Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite
we may
Dr.
wait
Bisan
for
sir,
yeah,
IQAC
Miss Teresa.
coordinator, to
Yeah, Miss
deliver
Teresa.
the vote of thanks.
Yeah, before that, Miss Teresa, we may provide some time for discussions if members, participants have any doubts to discuss. So this is time for that. Is there any questions from the side of participants?
May I have asked a question, ma'am?
Sure.
Ma'am, some of the colleges can be followed as a out-based education. What could be the concept for that one?
I'm not getting you.
Some of the colleges can be followed the out-based education (OBE) systems in the curriculum. What will be the main concept to accept that one? Some of the colleges can be followed on normal CDC. Some of the colleges can be using the OBE format.
No, it is not some of the colleges. Every college should follow OBE. That is the must. LOCF and OBE are the essential ones, and the UGC, NEP, everybody, every statutory bodies wants us to follow OBE only. So outcome-based education only should be followed. I mean, if there are not somebody who's not following, better start this year itself. So it should be outcome-based education. In even in outcome-based education, if you see this POCO and all, you can see the values are already imbibed in that also. There's a particular objective for values also. So if you look into the framework of outcome-based education, you can see there is definitely a special component for values. So value education can definitely be incorporated in that also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Do we have any more questions?
I think we can conclude.
I would like to thank Professor Chaco and everybody for giving this opportunity. Hope it was a useful session, and it was a good listening by the audience. And thank you for all the cooperation. Thank you.
And also thank you, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time and bringing the attention of the audience to a very relevant topic, a very valuable topic. Thank you.
Can we move forward?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Once again, thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Libison sir, our QAC coordinator of St. Aloysius College, to deliver the word of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Teresa. Distinguished guests, members of IICP, faculty members, research scholars, and students. We are extremely happy today for the fact that we could organize this online seminar successfully. Our economy is 5th largest in the world, and we are going to beat Japan and Germany very soon. So people say this is also reflected in NEP 2020 document. So one of the focuses of NEP 2020 document is internationalization of higher education of India. We need to attract students from other parts of the world. We are capable of doing it. So NEP 2020 gives importance to that. And there are various dimensions where we have to work so that more and more students from other countries come and learn from Indian higher education institutions. So in this context, we have decided to organize this online seminar. This is the beginning of our big journey. We have many such seminars in the pipeline. And first and foremost, I would like to express our gratitude to Dr. Sanjay Vakil, President AICP, for giving us permission to collaborate with AICP, which is an important body. I would say rather policy-making body in Indian higher education scenario. So Dr. Sanjay Vakil has happily agreed to be the keynote speaker of the seminar and extended all the support to our institutions to organize this seminar. So I express our deep sense of gratitude to Dr. Sanjay Vakil, and I am happy that he joined on time and addressed our gathering and presented very valid points how Indian higher education is trying to attract students from other parts of the world, and there are discussions happening everywhere within the institutions, outside the institutions, based on the NEP 2020 document, and he was trying to elaborate on that. So thank you so much, Dr. Sanjay Vakil sir, President AICP, for all the support you extended to this seminar. And next, I should thank Dr. Baby Shakila, Principal of Vivekananda College of Arts and Science for Women. She presented a very valid dimension of NEP document. How to move forward if we want to attract students from other countries. The value-based system of education is important, and how we have to move forward. So she has given us a proper understanding of that dimension and presented her presentation in a very insightful manner. And I hope our participants are benefited out of her presentation. And thank you, ma'am, for your time and for taking efforts to present this important topic in this seminar. So on behalf of IQAC, on behalf of St. Aloysius College, let me express our deep sense of gratitude to you. And now I must thank Mr. Melvin Luke George, former IQAC coordinator of our college, presently advisor to College Union and secretary to the Staff Council, for felicitating this gathering. And he was trying to make an important point where lakhs of our students are flying abroad for higher education. So that trend has to be reversed. I hope in the coming years we will have policies from policymakers which will focus where our students love to learn from our higher education institutions. So thank you so much, Mr. Melvin, for your time and felicitating our gathering. And I thank members of IISIP who are here, who participated throughout this seminar. I thank Dr. Chaka Jospi, our beloved principal, who is actually the brainchild behind this program. He wanted to organize a series of seminars on this topic where we are going to highlight the importance of Indian higher education and what our Indian how Indian higher education can be a role model for others. So he's an academic. He's a serious academician, and he loves topics like this and to be part of such discussions and extending all the support for us. And in fact, he is instrumental in bringing transformative changes in our institutions as well. So thank you, Dr. Chaka Jospi, for your support, for your vision, for your energy, and all the support you are extending to IQAC of our college. So thank you once again, Dr. Chaka Jospi, our dear principal. And I think I must thank the team of IQAC members, Dr. Sinjo Jacob, Ms. Femi Moni, Ms. Teresa Rose, and other team members of IQAC of St. Aloysius College for giving me different kinds of support. Ms. Femi Moni is in charge of YouTube live streaming of this session, and it is running very successfully. And Dr. Sindo Jacob is coordinating the back-end work of recording the feedback form and identifying participants and issuing certificates to them. So I'm thankful to all members of the IKC team of my college for extending their support, and I have to once again thank my other faculty members from the college who joined, and all the seminar participants for your active participation in this seminar. We have a couple of paper presentations in the afternoon. The paper presentations will be communicated. The link will be sent to them very soon. So we are looking forward for that paper presentation session as well. So once again, thanks a ton for all the participants of this seminar. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request you all to fill in the feedback form to switch on your cameras so that we can click a photo of this session.
And we'd also like to inform you that this session is available on our YouTube channel. So if you want to refer to it later, it will still be available on our YouTube channel. The link of the channel is shared in the chat box.
So participants are requested to switch on your video so that a group photo may be possible. Online group photo. Okay, thank you.
So we are thanking you once again for